All right, so we're diving into some fascinating stuff you sent over about AI and jobs.
Yeah, definitely a hot topic.
Yeah, for sure. And, well, it seems like everyone's talking about it, right? So
Absolutely.
we're going to try to cut through the noise today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get to the good stuff.
Exactly. So we got reports and, articles, think pieces, all that jazz.
Sounds like a good mix.
Yeah. And the big question seems to be, will AI, like steal all our jobs?
The $1,000,000 question, right?
Right. Or will it actually like open up a whole bunch of new opportunities?
Yeah, because you see both sides of that argument a lot.
Yeah, totally. So that's what we're going to try to figure out today.
All right, let's dig in.
So one of the reports you sent, this one from the World Economic Forum.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
It's got some pretty, I guess you could say some pretty big numbers, right?
Yeah, it paints a pretty interesting picture.
Yeah, so they're saying by around 2025, AI could disrupt like 85 million jobs.
Yeah, that's a huge number.
Yeah, that's a lot, right? But here's the thing. They're also saying that it could create 97 million new jobs.
So even more, right?
Yeah, so that's like a net gain of 12 million jobs.
Yeah, which is kind of surprising to some people, I think.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people are focusing on the losses, right?
The doom and gloom scenario.
Right, but it's like, got to look at both sides of the coin.
Exactly. It's not just about jobs disappearing. It's about this transformation.
Right, a shift, yeah. And, it's not like every job is going to be equally affected.
Oh, definitely not. Some are definitely more vulnerable than others.
Yeah, so the stuff you sent pointed to a few areas that are
ripe for disruption.
Yeah, ripe for disruption, exactly. Like customer service.
Oh, yeah.
Those chatbots are getting pretty good.
They're getting better all the time.
It's pretty crazy. And then you got all those like, data entry jobs.
Yeah, a lot of repetitive tasks.
Exactly. The things that can be easily automated.
And even some types of content creation, like first drafts of things.
Right, like AI can pump those out.
Yeah, pump out those blog posts and stuff.
Yeah, so it makes sense that those areas are going to see some big changes.
Yeah, and it's interesting because as those jobs kind of shift, new ones are emerging that we never even thought of before.
That's so true.
Like, think about it, a few years ago, nobody was talking about prompt engineers.
Yeah, prompt engineers.
Or AI ethics consultants.
Yeah, what even is that?
Right? It's a whole new world. And your sources highlighted a bunch of these emerging roles.
Like what else?
Well, there's the obvious ones like AI specialists, the people who actually build and design the AI systems.
Right, those are the masterminds.
Exactly. Then you've got the data analysts who are crucial for making sense of all the data AI generates.
Because it's just generating mountains of data, right?
Floods of data. And then, yeah, you mentioned the prompt engineers.
Yeah, those are the people who can talk to the AI like in the right way.
Yeah, they know how to get the best results out of the AI.
It's like a whole new language almost.
It is. It's fascinating. And then the AI ethics consultants, making sure it's all being used responsibly.
Right, because there are some ethical considerations.
Oh, huge ones. And what's really interesting is these new roles are in high demand.
Yeah, that's what I saw too.
Yeah, and salaries are going up, which is a good indicator that these are real opportunities.
So it's not just like, oh yeah, these new jobs will appear, but like actually people are getting hired.
Companies are scrambling to fill these positions.
Yeah, so it's like if you're thinking about the future, it's like maybe time to start thinking about those skills.
Absolutely. And the cool thing is you don't need to go back to school for years to learn this stuff.
Yeah, one of the things I saw was that like Google and Microsoft and IBM are offering all these free AI courses.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
So you could like, dip your toes in the water, see what it's all about.
That's a great way to get started.
Yeah, without making a huge commitment.
And it's not even just about these new jobs. It's about how AI is changing existing jobs, too.
Right. It's not always about replacement. It's about like enhancement.
Exactly. AI can be a tool to make us better at what we already do.
Yeah, like a superpower.
That's a good way to put it. And the examples you shared really illustrate that point.
Yeah, like in marketing, for instance.
Oh, yeah.
AI can help with things like drafting content, coming up with ideas, maybe.
Yeah, taking care of the more tedious tasks.
But you still need that human touch,
Absolutely. The creativity, the understanding of the audience.
Like AI can't write a truly compelling ad campaign.
Not yet, anyway.
Maybe someday.
Maybe, but for now, that's where humans still excel.
Yeah, and it's the same in healthcare.
Oh, absolutely.
Like AI can analyze medical images and help with diagnosis.
Yeah, it can spot things that humans might miss.
But it's still the doctor who makes the final call.
Right, who takes all the factors into account and talks to the patient.
You still need that human judgment and empathy.
Couldn't agree more.
So basically what we're seeing is that AI is like this, this powerful force.
A game changer, for sure.
Yeah, it's going to change the way we work in pretty much every field.
Every single one.
Yeah, and the key is to be prepared to adapt.
To embrace the change.
Yeah. So based on everything we've looked at today, there are a few things you can do to get ready.
Like what?
Well, start learning about AI. You mentioned those free courses.
Those are a great starting point.
Yeah. And then there's some specific skills that are going to be in high demand.
Like what kind of skills?
Well, like we talked about AI prompt engineering, being able to communicate effectively with AI.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And then data analysis is huge.
Being able to understand and interpret data.
Yeah, because AI is just going to generate more and more data.
It's a data explosion.
And then, basic coding skills can't hurt.
Always a good thing to have in your back pocket.
And then digital marketing, because that's a field that's constantly evolving with technology.
And likely to be heavily influenced by AI.
Yeah, exactly. But beyond specific skills, it's also about having the right mindset.
The growth mindset.
Yeah, being open to learning new things, being willing to adapt.
Because the only constant is change, right?
Yeah, so to wrap things up, I think the main takeaway here is that,
AI is here to stay.
yeah, it's not going away.
And it's going to have a profound impact on the way we work.
But it's not necessarily something to be afraid of.
It's an opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. So the question is, how are you going to adapt?
How are you going to use it to your advantage?
So as a final thought, for you, think about your own work or your field of interest,
Yeah.
and ask yourself, how do you think AI is going to specifically affect you?
Because the future is coming, whether we're ready or not.
It's already here.
It's already here, that's for sure.
So let's be ready for it.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you next time.
Catch you later.